Hey, third grade. Today we are going to be making a project inspired by 1010. If you have not downloaded the Sketches School app, you need to do that first. You should have it by now because we've used it a couple times, but if not, you can go into self-service, go up to the top, 3 circles, click Art, and download the Sketches School app. But as I said, most of you guys should have that already. So I'm going to go into that app. And I can just click on this green folder here, and then I'm going to click the one with the plus. That's going to add a new artwork. And today we are going to be working on shifting from one color to the next, making like a gradient that crosses more than one color. So like purple shifting into blues, shifting into greens, kind of like what we saw with 1010's work. The first thing I'm going to do is I need to find a color that I want, so I'm going to touch the little square down here, and you can scroll up and down with it. Find one color that you want to use. Maybe I'll use this pink right here. Next, I'm going to click on this little paint roller right here. Okay, and you're probably going to get this thing that pops up on the side. If you don't, try holding your finger on it, but it should pop up. Looks like if you just tap on it, it pops up. You need to go to the lightest one. Okay, we're going to start light. And you are going to use several different shapes, so you need to use at least 4 shapes in your design. They can be organic, which are shapes that look very blobby, like this. Or you can use shapes that are a bit more geometric that feature, remember you can always hit the back button, that's up in the top corner here if you make a mistake. Or you can use geometric shapes that have more straight lines, like triangles, squares, rectangles. Remember that you need to use at least 4. Okay, so I've got 4, but you should fill up your artwork. So because my white screen isn't filled up, I'm going to keep going, so I'm going to have more than 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I ended up with 6, which is fine. Next, I'm going to click on my little color down here, and I'm going to either go up 1 or down 1 from the color that I used. I'm going to go up 1 because I'm afraid I'm going to run into white if I keep going. So I'm going to click on this next one. So my color is going to change just a little bit. I'm also going to click on my paint roller again, and this time I'm going to click the next one. So I'm going from the lightest to the next color. And this is going to allow me to carefully shift from one color to another. Once again, I'm going to use my paint roller, and I'm going to carefully outline those shapes that I just drew. You're going to leave a little bit of an edge to them, though, so I can still kind of see that pink that I used before this. I'm going to do this to all of my shapes. Try to get nice and close to the edge. If you have a stylus, this might be a good time to try out using a stylus. Otherwise, your finger works just fine, too. Make a mistake, remember you can always undo it. Alright, I finished with that one. I'm going to click on my colors. I'm going to move up again. Remember, I'm going up. Okay, you can go up or down, but you got to keep going the same direction the whole time. So I started with that lighter pink right there. Then I moved up to this darker magenta. Looks like I'm using like a lavender now. I'm going to click on my paint roller again. I'm going to choose the next one. So these are going to slowly start to get darker and darker. Our shapes are also going to continue to get smaller and smaller. Oops. And it's going to create this effect where it looks like our shapes are kind of receding or going back into the distance. Once again, touching my color, pick the next one. Touching my roller, picking the next one. Continuing to carefully outline. Notice how my colors are slowly shifting. Alright, another color, continuing to go the same direction. I'm down to my last square there. Now you can see it's starting to turn a little blue. Right, next one. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm at the end of my line. Okay, I mean all the way down the gradient. Once you get that far, you don't need to worry about switching it, but I can still continue to go and add my colors. And even though I'm technically using a blue right now, it almost looks black because we continue to layer this on top of previous colors. Next color. Remember, I don't need to worry about switching my roller anymore. You'll also notice too, sometimes they start to get too small. Like this one, I was able to get a little itty bitty one in. This one, I probably can't, so I'm going to skip over it. And what's going to happen when that happens is that because some of these are going to continue to get a little bit darker than others, some of these are going to look like they go further in, and some of them are going to look like they're not quite as like deep. I can probably get one more. And you really can't even see those. All right, so I am finished with my 1010 design. When you are done, we're going to click on the 3 dots. And we're going to click the square with the arrow pointing up. And then we can click Save Image. Okay, and that should get saved into my camera roll, which is right here. Okay, there's my design, and you need to submit that to me in Seesaw. Remember, don't tell me that you're done with something. You need to actually be able to see your work. Here are just a couple other examples that I did. Here's someone with purples. Here's someone with blues. I do want to point out, notice how this shape, it got really skinny in the middle. So what I actually did was I kind of split it up in two. So it went from becoming one kind of wonky looking shape to it almost became like little triangles over here. And then these kind of became almost like these like crescent moon shape down here, which is fine too. You can kind of split your shape if it starts to get too small. And did the same thing right here. All right, can't wait to see what you guys are working on. Remember that you have to do at least 4 shapes. Make sure that you fill up your paper when you do that. Start with one color and either work going up or down on that color wheel that we saw. Okay, that color wheel. Whoops. And then you can also change your gradient with your paint roller. All right, can't wait to see what you guys make. Bye.